This is Charting Crypto, February 16. Fascinating charts, guys. I am like a kid in a candy store. I am really enjoying my Trading View charts. You guys know I set these up because we don't have any of the cryptocurrencies on TC2000. I keep hoping that they're going to be coming, but some of you guys encourage me to go check out Trading View, which I have done. And I've set up some fun charts here, and I have been just playing around, enjoying myself, looking at these charts, trying a whole bunch of different things, exposing myself to all sorts of stuff. And it has been loads of fun. I want to share with you just some off-the-wall stuff that I have been engaged in, things that I have been discovering, and the successes that I have been having. Now, again, we're not a stock calling service, not a Bitcoin calling service, not a crypto calling service. We're an education firm. I want you to try these things yourself, see how they work for you. Not a big person in running all of these analytics on back testing. Yes, we do go back in time and look at how successful things are. Then, of course, I play them out in the market. You guys have heard me explain to you how I do those sorts of things. I love fractional trading. I love practicing trades with about $1,000 when I'm learning something new. Again, I can sustain a loss there of 1%, 2%, 20%, okay? It's not going to kill me. And it lets me do real world trading where I can actually buy a chunk of something and see if the technique works and if I can manage the risk and do everything that I need to do. So I've been messing around with Bitcoin here. I've been looking at these other cryptocurrencies. I've not jumped into the other ones yet. But as I have been backtracking and looking at things, what I wanted to share with you today is STC. This is again like the price percent oscillator, which is a percentage version of the MACD. The STC indicator is a MACD indicator that also uses stochastics to help you find entry points. And the way this particular one works is when it goes green, it is of course telling you there is a crossover, get in. When it goes red, it's telling you that it is heading down. Now, again, we talk about how long do you stay in, and that is a whole nother teaching I'm not going to get into right now. I like to do percentages. I like to bifurcate, go up a certain percent that I've looked at in the past that's typically good, sell half my position, let the other ride in case there's an exogenous event that really boosts it up. And then if it does peter out and doesn't do too well, I can get out at any time, but I've already sort of locked in a profit there. So that's my own way of doing things. The reason I tell you to practice trade and fractionally trade with a small amount of money once you're good and you can do the practice trades and do them successfully is so you can get used to entering trades. That is doing the technical stuff of doing the buy to open, the sell to close if it's an option, just the buy and the sell. If it's a stock or ETF, you can go ahead and set your loss parameters and then abide by those. You can set your good till canceled sell order, X% up and out with half the trade or the whole trade, and then another one further up, all those kind of things you learn. Let's look at what I have found with my latest little friend, the STC indicator. Now, I'm using a 200 period moving average line on the chart. I'm only looking for trades. And again, I'm not considering in any way shorting Bitcoin or any of these cryptocurrencies. So all I'm looking for are up moves. Now, of course, you get out on the down moves. But what I'm looking for on these up moves is it's above the 200 period moving average line. And I've gone through different time periods, and I really like the 2-day time period. Why? 195-minute time period means you've got to look at this market twice a day. Of course, you should check it out daily. But again, not holding you to that strict a timetable with the 2-day chart. And look at what I have found. We'll do a little bit of backtracking. What do we see going on when we are above the 200 period moving average line, which is the only time we would exercise the use of the STC for getting in. Now this is really cool. Look here, you see it was red, it goes over to green right here. And those of you who are using the MACD, you can see the MACD is much later. I have a chart where I've overlaid the MACD. I'm not going to go search and find that for you, but I've overlaid it. It's quite a bit later. That's the nice thing about using these stochastics to help you forecast an earlier entry. So anyway, and it's been quite accurate. Look at the jumping in point here. If you look at the close up here, I've changed it, but keep your eyes up there. When I go, now of course it turns green. You can't get in the minute it turns green. You get in at the, we'll just say the close of the next candle. If you look up under C, if you look up there at the top, Bitcoin, US dollar, 2-day Bitstamp, look right under Bitstamp, see the C, the black C, that is the close, $48,191.74. That's your jumping in point. And then at the end of a 2-day candle, look how high this baby goes. Look how well that works. It's beautiful. We can go back in time further. We can find the other, and the other rule is too, you only start when the up move or the down move is outside the center band, the 25-75 band. So again, you want to make sure it's a good clean move. And for some reason, I haven't seen this on another chart, but it's quite a delve down there. That's fine. But when that crosses over, let me show you. Let me get it up here. Okay, when it crosses over, it's right. I'm not going to get there. There it is. That's it. So the jumping in point, if you look back up again, 32,796. And again, look at how high it rides. It's just beautiful. You can stay in until it turns red and just clean up. Now you might say, Tom, I thought you said it had to be above the 200 period moving average line. Yes, it is. It closed above it. So again, that's our rule, and that seems to work quite well. You can make up your own rules. I'm just telling you the rule I set for myself and that I'm going by. If we go back in time again and look at another crossover going up right there, not a real long one, but it would be a successful one. And then, of course, when it switches over, you'd get out. So you may have broke even there. You may have made a little bit. But again, you wouldn't have been killed and you would have cleaned up on those others. We check out another one. And again, you can see jumping in point somewhere around the $19,283 mark. Goes as high as, well, it tops out there at what is that, $42,000. So again, absolutely beautiful. Absolute $19,000 to $42,000. That is beautiful. So, something for you to look at. You can go through these charts, and again, applying those little rules to the STC. Ethereum works pretty much the same. Now, something I've learned about these cryptocurrencies is whenever the market is going up for Bitcoin, it looks to me like it is like it's the big tide that floats all the boats. Bitcoin's the tide. These other coins float a lot with Bitcoin. And of course, you look at Ethereum, same kind of thing we see here on this 2-day chart. I encourage you to check out the other charts, but you will see over and over again how beautiful it is, just driving up. These kinds of amounts are crazy beautiful. And again, that's going back, what, a year and a half? So again, quite gorgeous. So I encourage you. Now, this move we couldn't have gotten in. Why? Because it was below the 200 period moving average line. You could have, and it would have done okay for you. You see, though, where it came up and then dipped back down. Again, I have a feeling it may continue to go up. You also see that I put the ADR bands in here. I've been ATR, the average trade range. And of course, what you can use those for is to set your stop losses, because that's showing you, particularly with the volatility here, you don't want to get called out. So using the average volatility, which is what these work as, times this is a 1.5. So again, there is a risk factor that's added in there. You can look at the percentage, and then you can double, triple it, whatever, quadruple it, whatever it is you want to do as far as the profits you want to seek on your practice trades. But I tell you, it's been interesting. You can go through the rest of these charts. You can go back in time. You can see how well they work. I noticed this one, Cardano, did not work as well. You might find it better on another time frame. Of course, you've got Solana. You've got RTP. Of course, Polkadot. It seemed to do okay. And again, go back in time. You can see Polkadot doesn't have that long a history, but you can go back in time. If it doesn't have a super long history, you can come up with another exponential moving average. If it's shorter, you can come up with the 50 or something like that. But you want something that you're above, so at least you know that the overall tide is pushing you forward, particularly in these that haven't been around a long time. So I just encourage you to check out these charts. I have been having a blast. Had a nicely successful trade this last week doing some stuff on Bitcoin on another chart that I was messing around with. So again, I want to encourage you guys to get into these cryptos, start paying attention to them. We know where the overall market is, and there's still a lot of overhang and a lot of downward pressure. And you can see, when you look at Bitcoin, what it's trying to do. You can see, as you look at this 2-day chart, how much pressure had pushed it down. And then when it started turning around, now again, this would not have gotten us into Bitcoin on this chart because it still had all that downward pressure being below the 200-period moving average line. But once it moves above it, then dips down, and then the green takes off again after it goes red, might give you the ability to jump in and feel comfortable about a practice trade on Bitcoin and start getting some real action as far as all of these cryptocurrencies go. But if you don't practice it, my friends, you're not going to learn it. And I do appreciate you guys pushing me to get out here, check out these cryptocurrencies, really start delving into them. You guys know we followed Bitcoin for quite a while, but it's nice to see some of these other coins. And again, you can get in there, look for patterns, look for time frames. I do like this Stc indicator. And again, these charts I'm looking at are trade view. And trading view. And I do enjoy their platform. I'm having a good time at it. Thanks so much, my friends. Appreciate you being with us. You have questions, problems, concerns, always feel free to reach out to us, cw@chartingwealth.com. Of course, these trainings go out first to our Patreon members. They are the ones that help pay for the bandwidth and the texting service and all the other stuff we have going on. We so appreciate them. If you appreciate what we do here for free every day, then by all means support us. We got a lot of great things for you. Not only every Wednesday, the Charting Crypto, every Thursday, 20 weekly vertical crossovers. We try to get 10 up and 10 down. Sometimes it's more of one or the other, depending on which way the market is trending. And of course, once a month, we have a live question and answer call-in session where we answer your questions, problems, concerns, help you backtrack your favorite ETFs or stocks for practice trading. Do everything we can to help. God bless, my friends. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth World Headquarters.